The movement today to heal childbirth is part of a revolution in the basic mythology of civilization. A change from a mythology of separation to one of interconnection, interdependency, interbeing, interexistence. Separation being the mythology that says who you are is a separate individual in a world of other, separate from other people, separate from really even materiality. You are a mind, you are a consciousness, you're not your body, you're separate from the world, separate from other people, a distinct individual. That is who you are. That mythology basically ends up pitting us against the world because there's these other separate selves in competition with us. The world is full of dangerous competitors and random forces of nature. Therefore, our well-being depends on controlling and dominating. Once you accept that basic idea of what a self is, then all the rest, the competition, our economic system, our medical system, our system of childbirth, it follows from that conception of self. And it is generating endless crises that in totality are actually a kind of a birth crisis. We grew as a species, as a civilization anyway, within this story of separation. And now that womb in which we have grown has become confining. And we are feeling right now, as we speak, titanic pressures expelling us from the world that we had been in into a new mythology, a new and ancient mythology, I would say, that we understand that who we are is relationship, that every person I meet is in some way part of myself, that everything I judge is something actually that is also within, that everything that happens in the world in some way is happening to me. When a species goes extinct, something in me dies. When somebody is suffering, when a nation is suffering, when people are being oppressed, then something in me suffers and is oppressed as well, that it's inescapable, that we can't build a strong enough wall or a high enough fence to keep out the effects of what we do to the other, because they are part of us. This is the mythology upon which a new civilization can be built. It is where the birth contractions of the breakdown of the old system are pushing us. And so how does that actually translate into the systems of the future, into the educational system, the political system, the economic system, the medical system, the system of childbirth? We all get visions of what that could look like. And what unifies those visions is that they all embody the understanding that we're not separate, that we are a relationship. When we understand that, we can no longer exploit and objectify and dehumanize other people, for example, birthing mothers, because we understand that's an aspect of myself. So a natural consequence of the story of interbeing is respect, or I would even go farther. I would say reverence. Something sacred is happening here. And what the system looks like, built on that understanding of sacredness, it could take many forms. It could take the form of a child being sung into the world. It could take the form of, we've seen, actually, many of us have seen glimpses of what it could look like. When my first child was born, the midwife, this was in Taiwan, rubbed him with sesame oil And I don't know what long lineage that came from, but there was some kind of like tenderness and beauty and wisdom in that. And so I would never say that the childbirth of the future looks like this or looks like that. Because what is appropriate in one place may not be appropriate in another place. What is appropriate for one woman and one child may not be appropriate for another. But whatever it is, it will come from reverence. It will come from knowing that this is a sacred moment. And it will come from a deep trust in the organic intelligence of the world that is not only contained in the human mind.